Support for KPFT and the Prison Show is provided by the Cohen Parole Law Firm. For almost 40 years, Gary Cohen has helped represent incarcerated individuals throughout Texas obtain parole and fight parole revocations. We protect those who have fallen short of perfection from the wrath of those who believe they have attained it. For more information about Gary Cohen and his associates, Alan Bennett and Gene Anthus, you can find it at the website, parolelaw.com. You may also contact them at 512-476-6201.
Listeners should be aware that the following program contains language and audio images which may be found disturbing and may not be suitable for your snotty-nosed little brat who probably cusses like a sailor behind your back anyway. Parental discretion is advised.
Daddy, I'm coming to see you at visiting hours next week. Mama ain't been doing too well, I'll tell you more when we speak. And Billy's loving high school. He's out there blocking for JV. I'm sure he's gonna come around by the time you get released. It's Friday night, the inmates go quiet. Listen for a voice they know. It's prison.
It's time to holler down the pipe chase and rattle them bars, because we're going to do a prison show for you right here at beautiful old, historic old, exciting new KPFT Houston, from the heart of Montrose, where we all hope tomorrow will be a better day.
Dreams, I can see your freedom. I will hold you once more. The men with no visitors, no money on the books. Remember, David's always gonna be here. You're never so alone. This ain't my love. It's Friday night, the inmates go quiet. Listen for a voice they know. It's prison radio. Prison radio.
And welcome to the Prison Show. Tonight is November the 14th, Friday, November the 14th, and we're all having a grand evening. So, let me start off by saying, if you send us letters that are rude, chances are we're not going to either answer you or be nice. Well, we're always nice. Always nice. Right, David? David instructed me on what I should say, but I'm gonna try to be nice. Hey, y'all, we just do a radio show up in or down here in Houston, Texas, and we do it because we care. That's why we do it. We don't do it because we're rich.
We don't.
Pretty positive.
But you live over in the woodland.
I sure do. I do live in the woodlands. However, I don't have, I'm not an official woodlandite. I'm not one of them. So, Linda and I don't have a lot of money to be sending, a lot of contracts.
And I'm unemployed.
And David's unemployed. So let's just, and if you're asking for us to do like a 100-page contract, and you think we can do it on a snap and send, either you haven't been out in a minute and you don't understand the concept of that, or well, maybe. I don't know, David. You think I could get 100 pages on a little one picture over to...
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, no.
and we got one in here, too, where they're asking for attorneys. And I know we have some attorneys on here, and if they wrote those attorneys, perhaps they might do pro bono or help them out.
Mayhaps.
But I can't get them to do it, and I can't afford to pay them to do it. Our radio show's about shout-outs. I mean, you have your family call us and make shout-outs, or they can email us and have a shout-out, or put it on our Facebook Messenger.
Where we can help, we do. And, and if you by chance missed the show where I said, hey, I don't know where to get the securest contract for TDCJ, I apologize. But I do not know where to get the securest contract for TDCJ.
I'm not sure they'd want us to have it.
I'm not sure they would either.
I'm not sure that that's public
No.
knowledge. I don't know.
I don't. It may be public knowledge. I'm not sure, but we're doing the best we can, and we do it because we care. We care.
Y'all send a lot of stuff in, legal paperwork and all kinds of stuff, and I have to commend you for that. But I mean, you do it out of the kindness of your heart. It's not like we can afford it. We really can't.
No, we can't.
And a lot of copies are 10 cents a copy.
Yeah, and Linda and I go without a lot. So does David. Just so we can help. But, for you to write in and be rude, no, ma'am.
So you know what? I spent this week, I bought the camera app, and I bought 2 stands for the camera out of my own pocket. And now the camera guy's not here tonight. So if you're in Houston and you're free and you want to volunteer, we need camera personnel.
Yes, we do.
So, I mean, we're just doing live, and yeah, we use an app. It's called Switcher Studio, but everybody that's ever been our camera person has watched YouTube videos and figured it out. So, I mean, we're asking for help. If you're out there and you can hear my voice and you want to volunteer on the prison show, you can be a part of the prison show gang.
Yes, you can. We don't pay very much. In fact, we don't pay.
You make the same amount we all make.
That's right. Nothing. Nada.
And that's been a problem in the past before, because we've asked people, hey, can you come do this? Well, how much does it pay? Nothing. Can you give me gas money? Nope. I mean, I pay my gas money. I drive 68 miles one way, so that's 136 miles every Friday night. How many miles? Linda's over by Waco.
Oh, yeah.
She pays her own gas. You come in from the Woodlands every night, right?
Yep.
So, I mean, that's part of it. That's part about being a volunteer. Yeah. And I'm going to be honest with you guys that have just got out, and you hear my voice and we're talking about this. That's what's kept me out of trouble for years. Remember how Dewey was? I think Dewey would have probably passed away a lot sooner if he didn't have this show to come down and get involved with. And we got guys and gals out there that are struggling with addiction and trying to stay free. Come down here and volunteer. Come down and hang out with winners.
We'd love to have you.
So.
And we'd be nice to you.
But you got to be willing to go live. Where's Mr. Go Live? That's who we need, Mr. Go Live.
Mr. Go Live. That's right. We need a Mr. Go Live. That's right. All right, so let's get to the show. And first up, well, David's lined up a great show for us tonight. And first up is Marci Marie. Everyone knows Marci Marie, the Prison Show Women's Unit reporter, filmmaker, social media influencer, and Director of Community Engagement at Lioness Justice Impacted Women's Alliance. That's a mouthful. How you doing, Marci?
Hey, y'all. I'm so happy to be here.
We're so happy to have you here.
Listen, I want to shout out to everybody that is maybe thinking about volunteering for the prison show. It is a volunteer gig, y'all, but you can put that on your resume.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, David and Danny
it's on my
will
resume.
give you references for future employment.
We sure will.
Yeah, so this could be like a stepping stone, and if you wanted to get into any kind of social or digital media work, this would be a great stepping stone to maybe career change, or maybe even a first job, or maybe you're out of prison and having a hard time looking for work. Man, how much fun would it be to hang out with these guys on Friday nights?
I know. We're a blast. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I wish I was in Houston, and every time I've got something in Houston, I try to work it so that my time stays over for a Friday night, and it just hasn't worked out yet. But I plan on seeing y'all in studio soon for sure.
Awesome.
Keep working it.
Yeah. So we have some things going on. Right now we are collecting hygienes for the Dr. Lane Murray unit. Now, I know other units have other ministries doing hygienes, and kind of the one that we're working with as Lioness, they have been assigned, so to speak, the Dr. Lane Murray unit, which happens to be my home unit. So shout out to all you folks in there. And we are still looking for quite a few 16.9 ounce VO5 shampoo and conditioners. We are looking for 5.5 to 5.7 Crest toothpaste. And that's ounces, 5.5 ounces to 5.7. And the full-size Suave deodorants. And so we're needing those items. If you would like to donate some of those items, would you like to send some money so we can buy some more of those items? You all can email me, Marci, M-A-R-C-I, Marie, M-A-R-I-E, at lionessjiwa.org. So we're still quite a bit shy of our goal. I think we're at about 2/3 reach. So we're missing about 33% still. We need that final push. Super excited for that. And then tomorrow we've got a gathering actually here at my house for Lioness. We're going to be getting some stuff together for the transitional home here in Tarrant County for ladies getting out of prison. So I'll be excited to be in community with my Lionesses here. Let's see what else. Oh, y'all, I got to visit the Lane Murray unit this week. It was the first time I've been inside of a prison since I've been home, and it was really wild. Y'all, a few months, maybe several months, not even a few. It might have even been last year, y'all. I drove Brittany to visit her friend because, that's where we were housed. And I drove my wife, Brittany, to visit a friend there. And when I was in the parking lot, I guess when Brittany had gone in, she was like, yeah, Marci's here too. She's in the parking lot. Do y'all know a sergeant came out and, frightened me, came to the window of the car, and I'm just sitting there playing on my phone, and she said, you're still on parole, right? I said, I am, and she said, well, you have to have a letter from your parole officer even to just be on the property, which I felt like she was going a little extreme. So anyways, now here I am, fast forward to this week, and I got invited to go into a graduation for an organization called Circle Up Poetry. And they offer a poetry class. It's called Poetry for Wellness. And they use the art of poetry to heal. And so I was really excited. I love the ladies that present that class. It's a beautiful curriculum. So anybody, it's offered right now in the Hobby and Lane Murray units. Y'all drop an I-60 for that class. It's really a beautiful class. Anyways, I was pretty nervous to go. I did have permission from my PO, but I still my nerves were bad. Anyway, I get in there and I'm with 10 other volunteers, and I'm the only one who's ever done time, and so we're standing, we go through the metal detector and all of that, and here comes some ranking officer, and I want to tell y'all about this officer. because I knew him when I was locked up. He wasn't a ranking officer when I was locked up. But anyway, he calls me. I see in his hand he has my literal mugshot printed on a piece of paper. And he says, "Marci, come here," and calls me into the warden's office. So here I am sitting in the warden's office, which any time that has happened while I was locked up, it never ended well for me. So I was pretty nervous, but Warden Koger, she just, to be frank, she wanted to know if I was going to post social media videos about my visit. So I think she was probably nervous I would say something negative about her unit, but and she kind of was hesitant. She acted like she might not let me go, but she ended up letting me go. And I was so glad, because as anxious kind of as it was to go back in and hear some of those familiar sounds and smells, it was just so good to see you all, to see my family, that, the people that I love and that I fight for, and getting to see y'all, man, that meant everything. And I got to hear the class's poetry. Some of those poems really hit hard. They were about some of their experiences in prison and during incarceration. And one lady had a poem about being separated from her spouse, and having a loved one at home that's ill. And these are all things that we experience as incarcerated people. And they were just really beautiful. So I was just super glad to be a part of that. I do want to tell y'all that we did get some reports while I was there that there's somebody writing some of the ladies in prison, a man claiming to be like maybe an attorney for Lioness or doing legal work for Lioness. And so I just want to use this opportunity to tell everyone that no one will contact you on behalf of Lioness without going through us. That letter will come directly from the Lioness tablet, or whatever the E. I'm not the one who does that, y'all can tell. But it'll be that electronic message from the Lioness account, or y'all know DT, Diane. She's the one who does all our correspondence, and we will never send anyone your way without talking to you first. So please be wary of that. Don't trust that. Don't send anybody money to. We don't work with anybody that's going to say they're getting you out of prison, is what I'm saying. So we were really upset to hear that. But other than that, everything was really so beautiful with that visit. So super happy for that. I wanted to make sure that anybody that's incarcerated, that's a woman or a gender expansive folks that wants to be a member of Lioness, I encourage you to write us. And what that means is that you can report things that are going on in your unit so that we can collect that data, and we know exactly what to take to the legislators, to the Texas Board on Criminal Justice, the Texas Board on Pardons and Paroles. You all lead our work out here. I've been home 4 years. I can't tell you what happened last month inside of Texas women's prisons. We need for y'all to tell us. So I want to drop that P.O. box. It is P.O. Box 12051. That's in Austin, 78711. And I do think that I mentioned that I'm working with a national organization now. It's FICPFM. And we're like a network of organizations that are led by formerly incarcerated people, which is amazing. I have been so hyper-focused on Texas, and don't get me wrong, Texas is my heart. But, yeah, getting to see how many on a national level people that are getting out of prison and really fighting for change is really incredible. Now, Danny, I'm at 9:20. Is that my time?
I was waiting for David to.
I gave you the sign, but evidently you can't see me from the monitor.
I can't. I'm so short, Marci. I can't. The monitor.
I'm over here waving at her and stuff, and she's just...
I'm like listening to you. I'm like all into it. I'm sorry,
You got
Marci.
so much information. You were doing so well, but yeah, you're out of time.
Yeah, you're out. I'm sorry,
And y'all
Marci.
too. Thank you so much for your work. I love you all. Everybody that's locked up, I'm here. There's a whole army fighting for you. And thanks for having me, y'all.
Thank you for coming on. We look forward to the next time.
Yeah.
All right. Have a great weekend.
All right. Bye now.
Bye-bye. All right. Now that I'm sorry, let's get to Caleb. Hopefully, I'll try to keep a better lookout for David. Hey, Caleb.
Okay. Hey, can you hear me?
We sure can. Caleb is the Texas Death Penalty Abolition Movement representative this evening. So what do you have for us, Caleb?
Okay. So to begin, I'm going to talk about what happened since the last episode, or the last time we were on. There's some good news. Robert Roberson got a stay of execution. He was scheduled to be executed on October 16th, but on October 9th, the Court of Criminal Appeals granted him a stay based on the 2013 Texas junk science law. And then in the order for the stay, the court cited a decision last year to toss the conviction for another person in Texas based on the evolving science over the shaken baby syndrome. But the not so great news is that the state is attempting to block a new hearing in the case that could prove his innocence. Then on November 1st, we had the 26th annual March to Abolish the Death Penalty that took place in Austin. So shout out to all the speakers and everybody who helped to put that together. The Austin Quaker community held a brunch at the Friends Meeting House in Austin, and there was an altar set up for the Day of the Dead for all those who've been executed by the state. I rode up there with our lawyer friend Nancy from the Abolition movement, and we actually missed the beginning of it due to the traffic, but we met everybody on the street in front of the Capitol. Unfortunately, we did not get to march to the governor's mansion because it started raining in the middle of the protest. And then for upcoming events, on Saturday, November 22nd, we're going to be having our holiday card signing and potluck, where we're going to be signing holiday cards for people who are on death row, and hopefully they're going to be received before Christmas. This is going to be held at the Shape Center at 3903 Alameda Road from noon to 2 p.m. There's not any more executions for the rest of this year, but unfortunately there's already 2 scheduled for 2026. On January 28th, Charles Thompson is set to be executed, and on March 11th, Cedric Ricks is set to be executed. Now, both these people, they did do some pretty awful crimes, but here in the abolition movement, we are against the death penalty in all cases. This guy, Charles Thompson, he actually was here in Houston. I was reading a little about him. He was sentenced to death in 2005 for killing 2 people, and somehow he managed to escape from the Harris County Jail where he was temporarily being held, and he managed to get 200 miles away before being caught 4 days later. Then after these 2 executions, the number of executions that have taken place in Texas since the reinstatement of the death penalty in 1976 is going to be standing at 598 people. So in 2026, we're going to be crossing the grim milestone of 600 executions in this state alone since the reinstatement of the death penalty. And then on the night of Kwanzaa, December 26th, the Abolition movement is going to be having a table at the 3rd Ward Multi-Service Center, and we'll need some members and volunteers to staff it. So if you're in our Facebook group and are interested in staffing, let us know. As a reminder, our Facebook group is the Texas Death Penalty Abolition Movement. And you do have to put the "the" on there or it's going to take you to something else. And finally, on December 9th, it's the 44th anniversary of Revolutionary Black Panther Mumia Abu-Jamal's 1981 arrest in Philadelphia. The Texas Death Penalty Abolition Movement, we've always supported Mumia's claims of innocence, and we continue to do so after he was removed from death row in 2011 and placed amongst the general population. So each year we join others across the country to mark this day. Last year there was a protest in front of the Fraternal Order of Police headquarters, and this year we're going to be planning to do something likely on the weekend of December 6th. So follow our Instagram account, that's at Texas Death Penalty, or actually it's at TX Death Penalty for further announcements. And if you want to write us some mail, you can do so at P.O. Box 3454, that's Houston, Texas, 77253. And that's pretty much what I have tonight.
Okay, and you said that P.O. Box was 3454?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the zip code is 77253.
That is correct.
Awesome. All right. Well, we appreciate you being on, Caleb.
All right.
All right.
Have a good night.
You have a good weekend.
You too.
Bye-bye.
He gave us 3 minutes back.
Yeah, he did. But we have Addie, or Christine, on line 1.
You can't call her Addie.
Can't call her that. Hey, Christine.
Hey, you can call me Addie. That's okay.
That's what I was going to put on the title, is Addie's Advocates.
Addie Advocates.
I go by Addie Advocates on TikTok and Instagram. So that works.
That's what I'm used to seeing. But hi, Christine.
Hello.
What do you have for us this evening?
Well, I guess I'm on as myself and VP for TPA, and also to talk a little bit about just kind of some of the other parole stuff that I'm working on with PACT.
Yeah, this week is just you. It's not TPA's night, and we love TPA, don't get us wrong. But I had been watching a lot of things you were doing with Addie's Advocates, and so that's why I had invited you on. And whenever you told me about PACT, I mean, we went down and did the prison show film with PACT, and I've been an ally. I wanted to get involved, but since they're in Austin, I'm in Houston, and I'm going through the job thing, it's kind of hard. So tonight's all you,
understand.
girl.
But we were always looking for people to join PACT. And that's the Parole Advocacy Coalition of Texas. And it's a coalition of several organizations, so Lioness, Texas Prisons Alliance, Helen Gabler of TDS and UT, Justin Martinez from Latino Justice PRLDF. And so it's a really fantastic organization, and we're getting ready to have a convening in February. And it'll be our first one, and it'll be in Austin. And PACT is kind of like a new statewide coalition, and we're focused specifically on parole reform. And so we're made up of directly impacted families, formerly incarcerated leaders. Marci is one of the organizers, researchers, and other advocates. And we're all fighting for Texas parole reform that's more fair and transparent and grounded in actual evidence. And as far as kind of what we've been doing, we recently actually just worked with the parole board. They gave us some institutional parole officer interview questions, and we read through them. We provided our feedback. We sent out a survey, and we got feedback from families, formerly incarcerated individuals, and advocates. And we really asked them to write more forward-looking questions, more get rid of a lot of those past-focused questions. They were really stigmatizing. And we wanted them to be more clarifying and people to be more comfortable answering them. And so our key takeaway from that was that they could really streamline those IPO interviews. And so we actually submitted that report to the board, and they are reviewing it now. So hopefully we will hear back about that, and then we will have some more to report on. But I'm happy to talk about some parole in Texas data.
Please do. Please do.
So I don't know. So my background, I'm a data scientist, and a lot of what I do is looking at a lot of data. And so currently in Texas, if we want to zoom out, parole in Texas is not working the way it should be. I don't think anybody needs to tell anybody that.
No, they don't.
We incarcerated, right, about 130,000 people, and more than 80,000 of them are parole eligible. But our grant rate for first-time reviews is just 35% or less.
Oh, wow.
And that's far lower in some categories.
Wow. I did not know that.
Yeah. And so even when someone meets every requirement, they're often denied for these vague reasons, right? Like nature of the offense.
I hate that
which they
one.
can't change.
Yeah, they can't change
that.
2D, yes.
And it gets worse because some people wait 7 to 10 years between parole reviews, and then most decisions are made without public explanation. And so the other issue is that the board is overwhelmingly law enforcement oriented. There are 21 decision makers, and they review thousands of cases a year, but they do them in minutes. And there's no public database that shows why people are denied, what racial disparities exist, whether the programs actually worked. And honestly, that's unacceptable in a modern system. And so there are lots of experts who are like really digging into that data, that prison policy initiatives, shorter wait times after denial, and presumptive relief when people actually do meet the board's expectations. Because parole should be a bridge back into society. But in Texas, there's often this wall, and the people who are incarcerated and their families end up paying the price. So that's a little bit about parole.
Well, what do you think about that new law that just passed that they can get a 10-year set off?
Oh, yes, it's SB 1503.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one was. It's pretty negative.
Yeah, it is very negative.
The reason for it is to try and help victims' families and victims themselves. So that way they don't have to go in front of the board as often. And it's supposed to streamline the process, but the board's decisions are already incredibly subjective. So adding more time in between doesn't really streamline anything.
No, it doesn't.
But, yeah, I feel like the fight is pretty personal. I've seen my husband go from death row to this long sentence with multiple parole denials, even after years of growth and really positive change. But when you look at the system and you ask, like, is this working? Is it fair? And then the answer with parole is very clearly no. And so that's kind of what I've been talking about a lot on the platforms that I have. So on Addie Advocates, which is my social media stuff, I often break down kind of justice data in really plain English. So I explain kind of like how parole grant rates are calculated, why Texas's low recidivism claims are misleading, and how parole boards operate with very little accountability. And then on Chapters and Change, which is where my husband and I started, we use that as a resource hub for prison families. And it really blends like emotional support with practical tools. And we have like a ton of free templates and like check-ins, questions that you can ask, like 366 questions. So a question a day if you're trying to figure out just like what you want to talk about with your loved one. We have blog posts. We talk about staying emotionally connected. and explainers on like parole policy, and they're written with more clarity. And the mission is to make justice data human and to humanize people who are incarcerated. And everything is free because we know how expensive it is to have someone who's incarcerated.
Now,
So,
what did you say that first site was? Something in Chains?
oh, it's chaptersandchains.com.
Captors?
Chapters, like book chapters.
Oh.
CHAPTERS and chains, or it says chaptersandchains.com.
Okay.
And we actually started that to give book recommendations. It's one of the things that my husband and I really love, is to read books to each other. And so that's why we started it, and then it evolved into what it is.
I've seen a few of your TikToks where you talk about having a stronger relationship with someone incarcerated, and the different tips that you give, and several of those tips are really, really good. Do you want to go over a few of them real quick?
Yeah, I can. So one of the things I kind of like to talk about is consistent communication and being honest in that communication. Because people with really strong family support are 40 to 60% less likely to be incarcerated. And that's really important. Talking about the future, because stable housing and employment reduce the risk dramatically. So if you can talk about the future, if they know what they're coming out to, they understand pricing, you're keeping them involved in your daily life, they're not coming out into this world that they don't understand anymore. And we really want people to understand that there are lots of ways to stay connected, and you can still be creative even when you don't get to send, videos or tons of pictures all the time, and you don't get to have phone calls just all the time. And so to us, that's really important, because we want to show that families can help carry each other, and part of that is through communication.
I did one thing that you mentioned on one of your TikToks was the photos, like you just said, the pictures. You can include like a mirage of different photos, and just like as I was instructed today on a snap and send, you can definitely do that, and that way include your loved one, whether they be your father, your brother, your sister, your husband, boyfriend, whoever they may be. You could definitely do that.
And I like to do it like the house, when I go out and just do things, like going to the farmer's market or going to the grocery store, because my husband's been incarcerated for 27 years, so things look very different. But showing him the world today is important, so that when he gets out, the grocery store maybe isn't as overwhelming, or the farmer's market is something he's never experienced. So even just day-to-day photos, it really helps connect people, because then you can talk about, well, what were they selling at that stand? What's that vegetable? And it helps promote discussion and make them feel like they're even more a part of your life.
Yeah, I know my loved one's constantly getting photos of my cats.
They're part of the family.
Yes, they are.
I send photos of the dogs all the time. So I get it.
Yeah, I just can't help myself. But, sending photos of vegetables may be a change. And, some vegetables, like you said, they may not even be aware of what they are. I mean, sometimes I'm not even aware of what the vegetables are when I go. It's like, what the hell is that? I can't tell.
We're just getting ready to do our Thanksgiving stuff. So one of the things we do every year is we each create a hand turkey, and we send it to each other. So I send it via Snap and Send now, and he mails one to me. And so that could be a fun thing to do with your loved one. Have the kids each do a hand turkey, each of the little feathers, a reason why they're grateful or thankful, and take a Snap and send it to Dad or to Mom, and then have them send one back for the kids, too.
That actually
Just
sounds
a fun
like
way.
Yeah, to include
Yeah,
people.
it's just a fun way to do it. You know, you can do your turkey or however you want. You could do a Dallas Cowboys turkey or a Texans turkey if you're a Texan.
I was about to say, well, you this
I'm gonna
radio
get both.
station is in Houston. So.
Right. I'm going to do both.
Yeah, just play it safe there.
But that's a fun way to kind of connect.
And if people are curious about how to find you, you are on TikTok and Instagram as Addie Advocates?
Advocates.
Advocates.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. And if they want to write to you, can they do that? Or
They could send me an email. It's chaptersandchains@gmail.com.
okay, how about if they're incarcerated? How do they write to you?
They would probably get to me through TPA.
All right, can you give us that address?
Yes. It's P.O. Box 1563, Pearland, Texas 77588. And they can just put Christina Vodochodsky or Christina V or the data person.
Oh, that's funny. So that's how you say it, Vodochodsky.
Vodochodsky, yes.
Wow, I actually said it right.
Which I told my husband I would tell him he is amazing and I love him and I hope he's having a great night. So.
Aw, that's so sweet. That really is. Well, we appreciate you being on the show, and of course we look forward to you coming back, and I will see you on TikTok.
Yes. I'll have to be in the studio at some point.
Oh, absolutely.
We get here every Friday at 8:30.
I know. I'll have to come down when I'm down in Texas sometime.
Yeah,
I'll be down in December.
I was looking at. I was going to invite you on a lot more, and then I noticed you're out of state. So,
yeah, I'll come down in December. I'll give you the date.
Cool.
Sounds good.
All right.
Thank you,
You guys
Christine.
have a great night. Thank you so much for everything you do.
Thank you for everything you do.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, now we have Mr. Abe, and everyone is familiar with him. He is Abe Bonowitz, the co-director, founder at Death Penalty Action. How you doing, Abe?
Doing all right tonight. How about you?
Oh, just living the life. So what do you have for us? I know you have some good news.
There is some good news and a mix of tragic news that's been going on. So, but the good news, we were supposed to have 3 executions this week, and we only had 2. But, of course, the governor of Oklahoma chose to torture everybody involved, from the prison workers to the families, both sides of the issue, to the prisoner himself. Tremaine Wood was scheduled to be executed at 10 a.m. yesterday in Oklahoma, and at 9:59, the governor commuted his death sentence, and Tremaine Wood lives tonight. So, you know, a lot of us are happy about that execution didn't take place. In fact, in his case, it's kind of interesting that he got a recommendation of clemency, and it's only the second time the governor's state has granted clemency during his term in office. Now, Oklahoma is like Texas in that the governor cannot grant clemency without a recommendation to grant clemency from the Board of Pardons and Paroles. And in this case, it actually appeared as if this Board of Pardons and Paroles was functioning independently, unlike what we see from the Board of Pardons and Paroles in Texas, which is it's pretty much a rubber stamp to deny any recommendations for clemency just to keep it off the governor's desk there in Texas. But in Oklahoma, what was interesting, it got this the 5 members of the Board of Pardons and Paroles, and there's one of them, he's a former prosecutor, and he's almost always a no vote, and he's, if the prisoner chooses to speak during the parole board hearing, these are, you can watch the live stream on the Zoom when these hearings happen. Unfortunately, the recordings are not kept where you could go back and look at them, but if you're tuning in time, you can watch. So I was watching this clemency hearing, and normally this guy, this former prosecutor, will, if the prisoner chooses to speak, he'll pick them apart. He'll reinterrogate them. They spend the clemency hearing, which is supposed to be about, are we worthy of mercy? And instead they turn it into a retrial. But that didn't happen in this case. In this case, the former prosecutor, on a member of the Board of Pardons and Paroles, interrogated the Attorney General's office. And basically because Tremaine Wood was ill-served by his defense attorney at his original trial. He was another law of parties case. Everybody admits that his brother, his co-defendant, who was his actual brother, was the actual killer in the case. Tremaine was present to the robberies that happened, and yet he wasn't the actual killer, but his brother got a life sentence with a different hearing, a different trial, and a different jury, and Tremaine got a death sentence. And so the challenges were, among other things, this idea that his defense attorney at trial was not functioning and really did not serve him well as a defense attorney. So he had ineffective assistance of counsel. And so the prosecutor, the former prosecutor on the Board of Pardons and Paroles, basically went after the Attorney General's staff, and he asked them, if a prosecutor sees a defense attorney not doing his job or her job, as the case may be, isn't it their duty to actually raise this before the court and to advocate for, because the prosecutor's job is to do justice. And that even if a person is guilty, you're still entitled to a vigorous defense. And they said, of course, the AG's office acknowledged that. And anyway, he became one of the yes votes for clemency. It was a vote of 3-2. And that led us into a campaign these last 10 days or so of really getting, trying to draw the governor's attention to this, in addition to, that vote for clemency and that malfeasance at trial. You also had the fact that the victim's family did not want the execution to go forward. They and also the surviving victim had forgiven Tremaine. And then, of course, you have the mitigating issues of his childhood and the abuse and the neglect and the addiction and all that stuff that is a common thread across so many of the people that get executed. And in any case, at the end of the day, they commuted his sentence. Now, the other interesting thing, of course, is that Tremaine was caught this summer with cell phones and drugs, and he had actually documented his own misbehavior in prison. So pictures on his own phones of himself with, lots of cash and drugs and, other stuff. That it was just, you would think that this would be an easy guy to kill. And yet, because the system failed, they didn't kill him. And he got commuted to life without the possibility of parole. And I'm sorry about that, because obviously he's got a lot of people that love him and that were advocating for him, and he's got good family support. And, people should have the hope of eventual freedom. But in any case, if it's good news that an execution happened, that was supposed to happen, didn't, then there you have it. However, there were 2 other executions scheduled yesterday and today. Those were carried out. Just a few hours ago, Stephen Bryant was executed by firing squad, the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th firing squad execution in the history in the current era of the death penalty. Reports are that it took him about a minute to die, which is a lot quicker than if you're getting suffocated to death or lethally injection. So in South Carolina, the prisoner gets to choose between electric chair, lethal injection, or firing squad. And even though the last guy, they clearly shot off center and missed, hitting his other major organs, but not his heart, and it took him over a minute to die, and he cried out in pain. Tonight's execution, Stephen Bryant had chosen firing squad and was shot to death and died in about a minute. So that happened. And then yesterday in Florida, Brian Jennings was executed. He became the 16th person to be executed in Florida this year. It's a record-setting year in Florida. Obviously it's going to be really hard to catch up to Texas, but Texas has not had a lot of executions in the last couple of years relative to what it was like 20 years ago. But we know they're going to start to catch up a little bit more soon, although there are some questions that people are asking about the cost of lethal injection drugs. In any case, in Florida, not only is it the 16th execution, they have two more executions scheduled on November 20th and December 9th, and we anticipate that Governor DeSantis might set yet at least one more, if not two more executions to take place this year. And the United States is on a record-setting pace for executions. Tonight's execution was the 43rd this year. Now you have to go all the way back to 2011 and 2012 since we've had 43 executions. And we are likely to actually match what you have to go back to 2010 to get to 46 executions. And if these other three that I just mentioned, November 20th, December 9th, and December 11th, go forward, then that's going to take us all the way back to 2010 in terms of the number of executions annually. Now, the other thing I want to mention is the man who was executed yesterday in Florida was the second of 3 U.S. military veterans in a row to be executed. Okay, and here they executed him 2 days after Veterans Day. The man was executed just before the last time I was on 2 weeks ago, Mr. Grimm. He was a Navy veteran. Last night's execution in Florida was a U.S. Marine veteran. And then next Thursday, on the 20th, is the execution of a U.S. Army veteran. Now, of course, your service to the country doesn't excuse your crimes after service, but it should be a mitigating factor. And I want to draw your attention to the webpage of the Death Penalty Information Center, which just in advance of Veterans Day this week issued a new report about veterans and the death penalty. And it's called Forgotten Service, Lasting Wounds, Military Veterans and the Death Penalty, and it reveals that about 200 veterans, so about 10% of the people on death row in the country right now are veterans, about 200 people currently on death row, and about 1 in 7 of all the people executed since 1972 or 77, when we resumed executions, about 1 in 7 are veterans. And we just have to think about what it is when we ask people to take on military duty. Obviously, not everybody that goes into the military is, damaged by their service in the ways that you can be with being involved in traumatic military combat, but some are, and we have to recognize that. They have to get the help that they should need. The man that was killed tonight didn't serve in the military, but he begged for the kind of help that he needed with PTSD from the child abuse and the addiction and the neglect that he suffered as a child. He asked for help, and at one point was turned away from counseling because he didn't have the $75 to pay the co-payment fee. Anyway, as to this record that we have with veterans' untreated physical and psychological wounds resulting in serious addiction and other lifelong struggles, the jury should meaningfully understand before making a life or death sentencing decision, and that doesn't happen in so many cases. And that's one of the challenges about the death penalty is, prosecutors are looking to get a notch on their belt, and juries don't get all the information. And what we do know, and I want to point this out, even though we have this record-setting pace of executions, we are still at record lows in terms of new death sentences and even capital indictments, so deciding that a person is eligible for the death penalty. Those numbers continue to be at record low paces. Juries are not sentencing people to death nearly as much. And the places where we are seeing new death sentences are in places like Alabama and Florida, which are allowed to move forward without unanimous juries. So juries voting 8 to 4 or 9 to 3 instead of requiring that they be unanimous. So that's one of the challenges we still see. There's so much more we could talk about, but I just draw your attention to the Death Penalty Information Center, which is deathpenaltyinfo.org, and that's where you can read that report and so much more. And then I'll, of course, draw your attention to Death Penalty Action. That's Death Penalty Action's webpage, deathpenaltyaction.org, and that's where you can sign the petitions and learn more about what you can do about upcoming executions and other issues. For example, right now at the top of that webpage is a video about the firing squad and the track record that we've seen of firing squads missing and not shooting directly at the heart. And anyway, tonight sounds like we'll find out what happened with the autopsy. But in any case, that's what's happening. We've got 3 more executions scheduled this year, and there may be 1 or 2 more, depending on Alabama and Florida, and we'll see where we get it. If we can get to the end of this month without any more, then it'll just be 3 executions to close out the year. And then who knows what's going to happen next year, but we do know, of course, that there's already several, as Caleb mentioned earlier, several executions scheduled in Texas next year, starting with Charles Thompson on the 28th, and then, there was another one that he mentioned, I think, but we've only got 1 up so far on our webpage. And then there are 4 scheduled in Tennessee, and we know there'll be many, many more. Oklahoma's on a path of 1 every 90 days. Florida's on a path of 1 every 2 to 3 weeks. So, and they've got plenty of death-eligible people that they could set warrants for. So there's all of that. I do want to make sure before we go to, again, say that, once again, Melissa Lucio is still on death row, even though the judge that sentenced her to death and the prosecutor of Cameron County both say she's innocent and should be freed, and the Texas Court of Criminal Appeals is sitting on its butt and not ordering her release. When you have a motion signed by the judge who sentenced her to death and the prosecutor of the county, it's unbelievable. Also, big shout out to Rodney Reed. He's at the U.S. Supreme Court again, and apparently the Supreme Court has asked for more information in his case, which is really kind of interesting. Roger called the other day to share that with me, and therefore we're just waiting to see what happens with Rodney Reed's case back at the U.S. Supreme Court. And also a shout out to Sandra Reed, Rodney's mother, who has now finished. She's been dealing with some cancer treatment. She's doing much better. She's finished her radiation, I guess, or whatever treatment she's been going through, and keep her in your prayers. She's going to have surgery next week, and hopefully that will be bringing her to complete healing. So with all of that, I do want to say one more thing, and that is that on Tuesday, I think it's at 7:30 or 8 p.m., we'll have to check. It's on our social media. We're having a special Instagram Live with the executive director of Floridians for Alternatives to the Death Penalty and a social worker, and of course Allie Sullivan, our communications coordinator, about self-care for our community and for ourselves, for those of us who are immersed in this hard work of dealing with these executions all the time. So everybody is welcome, and of course, once the Instagram Live is over, we'll get the video up on our YouTube and our Facebook, and so watch for that. And I want to wish everybody, a peaceful time going into the holiday season, and hopefully we can all get a slowdown in these executions. Reach out some of the action at P.O. Box 89 in Ghent, G-H-E-N-T, New York, 12075. That's P.O. Box 89, Ghent, G-H-E-N-T, New York, 12075. And, of course, send all your money into the radio station here to help pay for the program at the Prison Show. So with that, I think we're good.
Thank you so much, Abe. You have a great weekend.
You too. Everybody take care.
Bye-bye.
You're listening to KPFT Houston. Support for KPFT and the Prison Show is provided by the Cohen Parole Law Team. For almost 40 years, Gary Cohen has helped to represent incarcerated individuals throughout Texas obtain parole and fight parole revocations. We protect those who have fallen short of perfection from the wrath of those who believe they have attained it. More information about Gary Cohen and his associates, Alan Bennett and Gene Anthus, can be found on their website at parolelaw.com. You may also contact them at 512-476-6201.
All right, and we are back. Let's get to Mr. Robert Webb. Hey, Robert.
Hey, yes, hello. Hello.
Hello, go ahead. You're live on the air.
Okay, I want to shout out to Marlon Webb. He's on the Estelle unit. And I just want to say I love him and thank y'all for the radio show.
Well, thank you so much, Robert. We appreciate you calling in, and we look forward to hearing from you again soon.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
You have a great weekend. Bye-bye. All right, let's get to Tanisha.
This is a special shout out going all the way to the Wainwright unit. This is for Jimmy Dancer.
Oh, I think we hung up. Tanisha, I'm sorry, can you... Hey, Tanisha, sorry about that. Can you call back? Okay, let's get to... Oh, that might be her. Let's see if that's her. I don't want to get to another call before we find out if that's Tanisha. Is that Tanisha? Hey, Tanisha. Sorry about that. Sorry about that.
No problem. So this is a special shout out going all the way to the Wainwright unit. This is for Jimmy Dancer. To my husband, my love, my strength, my peace. Just want you to know that I'm thinking about you tonight. No matter the distance, you stay in my heart. I'm proud of the man you're becoming. I'm standing with you every step of the way. Keep your head high. Keep your faith strong. And remember you are loved, missed, and prayed over daily. This message is from your wife, Tanisha Dancer. I'm sending all my love, all my loyalty, and all my support your way. I'm right here with you, and thank you to the Prison Show.
Thank you, Tanisha. Sorry about that. We look forward to hearing from you again soon.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great weekend.
You too.
And hey, everyone, we just got a letter to Linda and I saying that we announced that there would be no more lockdowns, or the lockdowns would only occur on 19 units with, I guess, G4, G5s. No, that's not what we said. We said during August and September they were doing lockdowns, like 30-day lockdowns at those units only. But that they didn't. You see how things get started, David?
You're the one talking.
Yeah. Those units were that we read directly from the TDCJ website. So, no, lockdowns are still occurring. I'm sorry.
Yep, y'all act up, and you got all that contraband. They're going to come through and take it.
They're going to take it. All right, let's get to Joanna, line 4. Hang on, Joanna. There we go. Hey, Joanna.
Hi, how are y'all?
Doing good.
I want to shout out to Kevin. He's in the Polanski unit. Tell him that I love him and I miss him. And he was denied on parole and got a set off. So 2027 is not too far. Just hang in there, and we love him.
Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, quite a few people are getting set offs, and you know what? We're keeping our fingers crossed for you. 2027.
Thanks. God bless y'all.
God bless you too. Have a great weekend.
You too.
Bye-bye. Okay, now we have Captain Tom. Hey, Captain Tom.
Hello, Diane. How are you?
Diane.
Who's Diane?
Did you just call me
Diane,
Diane?
how are you?
Hey, Di. Boy, you've changed a lot, haven't you?
I know. I evidently have changed.
Hello.
Hey,
David, that you?
Yeah, that's me. I'm making fun of you. I'm
What's
having
up,
fun
David? How
at your
you
expense. Love you, Tom.
I love you too, brother. All right, let me get to my shout out. All my constituted veterans and all of my Congress veterans out there. Hope you find shelter soon, so we know winter's coming. Also, you can donate 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, right here at kpft.org, or call 713-526-5738, or text the word GIVE to 713-526-5738. Or you could go to be a sustainer, and Starbucks is on. So you could give your money if you go get Starbucks now and become a sustainer. That's what we probably make money, right, David?
Yep, that's what we need is sustainers. Sustainers rock.
That's right. We do need sustainers. And you can donate to the children.
Under the T's.
And David.
Tom.
David.
Tom.
Thank you for coming on my show and promoting KPFT.
Anytime, brother. Anytime.
All right. Y'all have a good weekend.
You too, Tom.
Danny, I love you.
You thought I was
and
dying.
David, I love you.
You thought I was
and
dying.
Linda, I love you too. Y'all take care. Have a good weekend.
Night,
See you
Tom.
next Friday.
All right, brother.
All right. Let's get to Jeremy on line 2.
You sure about that, Di?
You know what? Let me come in there. Let me come in there, David.
I bet you won't.
Probably not. Hey, Jeremy.
Hey, Diane.
Oh.
You go, buddy.
You're wrong
This
for
was
that.
scalding me from on in last week.
Oh, my God.
I got scalded by her and Miss Clinton.
That's right.
Sure did. I learned my lesson.
I bet you don't do that again.
Right. I want to start out. My wife says hello to all you. Mel says hello. And she wants to say hello to our mutual friend Danny over in the Polanski unit, which, by the way, he gave me a call today. So it was very good to hear a voice with the man behind the pen.
Oh, that's wonderful. Is that why
Yeah,
he
he's
didn't
something
call me?
He says he called you.
Today?
And he's been wanting to get in contact with Miss Linda on the phone.
Oh, yeah,
I told him that too.
Linda's horrible. Linda's dragging her feet. I'm the nice one.
But, no, I'm sorry about not calling him. I didn't know I was that important. But our mutual friend says I sound like a DJ on the radio. So.
Oh, really?
He heard our last conversation. But he gets it a week after. They set up the reception over there. Stinks.
Yeah, Polanski has really bad reception.
And when they listen on the tablet, it has to go through security in order to be approved. That's why it's
better than Beto. I mean, Beto, we wires thrown out of our cells just to get reception.
Oh, wow.
We didn't have coax cables in the ghetto.
Yeah, we used to, on the bird unit, we used to get dipole antennas and put magnets on them and all kinds of stuff.
Wet toilet paper.
Whatever it takes to hold it up.
You get it towed over them bars where the windows are that they open up, yeah.
Yeah, I was lucky. I had a window in my dorm, in my cubicle, so I could just toss it out.
I had one unit where I really loved. I kind of actually like being on that unit versus where I've been. The high tower unit. Little accommodations. But I still despise PBCJ.
Really?
Oh, I despise everything that they stand for. They are not for the people. They're for themselves and talking them. The multi-million industries and stuff they got. Oh, yeah.
I can hear your wife.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. That's you saying hi again. She's talking about she want to write a memoir about her illness and stuff.
Oh, good for her.
People don't know about Moya Moya.
Yeah.
She wrote a book about it. But I just want to call in and say hello to everybody and let y'all know that we love you down here in Waco, Texas. And I'll be watching the rest of the show, and hopefully you'll be swinging that poo-poo thing around again.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But y'all have a great weekend, and I will be watching.
All right. You have a great weekend, too.
All righty.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, let's get to Melissa.
Am I on?
Yes, ma'am, you are.
All right. So I'm calling in regards to Sean William Chapel at the WIN unit. I'm just calling to say this is Melissa Ann Britton again. I'm tired. I'm sleepy. I don't mean to sound like a grump. I'm also getting a little bit impatient, but that's okay. But I need to talk to you about our kids, about little Sean, River, and Angel. And our oldest son just turned 17, November the 4th. And I had to sit here by myself without hearing from him or anything or you. And I'm not talking to your sister. But anyways, I would just really love to hear from you and to be able to communicate and for us to just all put the past behind us. Like I've said before, I just want us all to heal, and I would really love for you to go to the chapel and get prayed for We just all need to heal. And I want you to get up off your butt and stop acting like you don't have family in Indiana, because you do. Just because you're over there doesn't mean that you didn't make kids with women, and you need to get off your ass and do something. Pardon my language. I'm so sorry. But I love you, and you've been over there for 12 years, and I've barely ever heard from you. It's time you do something about it. I love you, Sean. I'm sorry. I'm done.
All right. Thank you, Melissa. We're trying. And
I understand.
I will definitely keep you updated.
I'm not on my I just started taking my Zoloft again. I'm on an antidepressant. And I'm a little moody right now. I'm so sorry. I didn't have it filled for like 3 weeks. I'm so sorry.
No, don't apologize. Don't apologize. We're trying to do everything we can, and I will definitely keep you updated.
I should not. I tell my pastor at times I shouldn't even go to church when I'm not on my Zoloft right now, because like if I'm not weaned off of it, I'm a grumpy butt. Like I feel terrible. I'm sorry, but he does need to get off his butt and do something.
Yes, he does. He needs to get off his butt. So
yeah. Well, you guys have a good night. I will withhold myself from calling until I'm a little bit better from now on.
No apologies necessary. We appreciate you calling, and we hope that your weekend gets a little bit better.
It has. I have a emergency refill. I got 5 pills, and then Monday I'm going to hopefully go to the doctor. I haven't seen my doctor in a year, because every time I would go in to see him, it would be a different person and not him, and then they would mess things up. But anyways, I'm going to have a better week. I just need to get rest, and I hope you guys have a wonderful week too.
All right. Have a great week.
Okay.
Have a great week.
You guys too.
Okay. Bye-bye. Okay, let's get to Lydia. Miss Lydia. Hey, Miss Lydia.
Hi, Danny. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. Getting ready for bed. You know, it's been a long week.
It has.
Yes, it has. But the month of November is almost gone.
Yeah, it's halfway.
Or the middle. We're halfway there.
Yep.
Yeah, but I just want to do a shout out for Beto. I just want to tell him to enjoy his visit tomorrow with his aunt and the kids. And that I'll talk to him tomorrow. And to keep Frank in his prayers, and Alex and the whole family. We just need to be lifted up. Okay? I want to give my saludos to the guys, to Big Will, to Eric, to Roderick, Mark, and Brandon. And I remember Blaine. I always shout out to Blaine, too. Okay? You all take care, drive home safely, and I just thank you, Danny, and Linda and David, for all you do for us. Okay? You guys have a good night.
You too, Lydia, and thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye-bye. All right. How about Michelle? Hey, Michelle.
Hi. Well, seeing if I can give a shout out to my husband. His name is Jose Avilos out of Wainwright Unit. Just letting him know I'm still 10 down toes for him. No switching up, no fake love. Might be behind them walls, but I'm still running my mind and heart out here. I'm holding everything down till he touchdown. Nobody's takes your spot. Nobody's doing what you do. Keep your head up and stay solid, baby. You got a real one riding with you outside. Love you always, Michelle.
All right. Well, thank you, Michelle. You have a great weekend.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. And now we have Eva Maria.
Good evening, everybody. This is Eva Maria from Germany. Tonight, I would like to greet everyone in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, and especially those who are battling with depression and anxiety, especially in those cold winter months and in the darkness. I would like to say I pray for you, and I haven't forgotten you. And whoever you are and whatever you are struggling with, I would like to tell you that maybe you believe it or not, but I think you're important for the world. And I think it matters and it makes a difference that you exist. Good night, Eva Maria.
Right. Thank you, Eva Maria. And now we have Italian Smile.
Ciao tesoro mio, come stai? I'll start with this. Let's see how it goes. First of all, thanks for the poem. I totally loved it. I'm still smiling. I'm enjoying my game weekend, but something is missing. Well, someone, too. Okay, I better go. Just remember how much I love you. So, so much. Hugs and kisses. Thank you, Prison Show, for making this happen.
There are those big kisses. All right. Now we have Caitlin.
This is a shout out for Beto Garza in Plonsky. Hola Beto, how are you? I hope that you're smiling and in good health. As for me, everything is okay. I'm here with Belle and she is fast asleep right beside me. It is raining here at the moment, and the last few days have been pretty kind of crazy, like crazy rain. Then it would stop for a bit and then back down crazy again. Other than that, everything is going okay. Belle is settling in great. She's a little bully. The other day I was rubbing her. I was like really funny. I was rubbing her and I stopped and she actually hit me with her paw. Yeah, so I think she's becoming a diva. And now she's looking at me as if to say, what are you saying about me? Other than that, please know that you're my heart and prayers, and I'm sending the best of wishes. And also to Eric, Mark, Will, Debo and Rudy. Hope you all are doing good too and staying safe. So good night, sweet dreams y'all, and stay safe. And to everybody at the Prison Show, a big, big thank you for making this happen.
All right. Thank you, Caitlin. And one of our favorite people, Kalyango.
Hello to everyone on the Prison Show. I want to send my shout out to my brother Franklin Davis, Melissa Lucio, Lasso Peter Jr., Lid Rodri, Robinson Lobert. Happy belated birthday. Hope you're doing well. To my brother Abraham Bonowit, to my beautiful mom Linda, Madame Danny, David, Francis, and Peter. Have a blessed weekend.
All right. Thank you, Kalyango.
Kind of sounded like he was hiding in the closet.
I know.
I had to crank the volume with you.
I know. Yeah, unlike the other weeks, that it sounds like there's a
rooster
and a bunch of people in the. happened to the rooster there, Kalianga? All right. Kiki. Now we got Kiki.
Hi, this message is for Rodney Reed at the Plensky unit. Hey, Rodney, I just wanted to call in and wish you and I a happy 6-year anniversary as of today. I just want you to know how special you are to me and how much you mean to me. I love you so much, Rodney. Wanted to read this short poem I found for our anniversary. This is for you. I love you, babe. Once in a lifetime, if you are truly lucky, you meet someone whose presence who ignites a burning fire within you, someone whose warm smile and sensitive nature captures your heart, and you know in an instant that the two of you were meant to be together. That's exactly how I feel about you. You are my once in a lifetime, and even though I might not show it as often as I should, I know how blessed I am to have you. You are everything to me, and I will spend forever loving you. Happy anniversary, Rodney. I love you with all my heart. And you know, I will be waiting for your call at noon today, to your time, noon my time. I love you with all my heart, Rodney. Happy anniversary, baby. I'm thinking of you today. Rodney, Kiki for life. Thank you, Prison Show. I hope you guys all have a wonderful night, wonderful weekend, and everybody out there who's listening, God bless everybody. And I will speak to you again next Friday. Love you, Rodney.
All right. Well, thank you, Kiki. I didn't know it had been 6 years. Wow. Well, happy anniversary to you both. And let's get to the not so mysterious Mike.
Hello, this is Mysterious Mike doing his shout-outs for the Historical Prison Show. Here's my shout-outs. The guys at Texas, Guy Alexander, Jamie Cuppett, Stephen Russell, Stephen McGee. Shout-out for Philip Perez. Shout-out for Matt, Thomas, Edward Reeves, Adam Wilkerson. Shout-out for Aaron Vasquez. Shout-out for Haas. Shout-out for Keith Money. Shout-out for Tasha, who wants me to do another shout-out to Payday. Shout-out for Oz. Shout-out for Curtis Robertson. Shout-out for Jesse Cortez. Shout-out for Bill R. Sims. Shout-out for Raymond Lee Cart. And a special shout-out to Clarence Lee Bowman. And the Houston Texans will be playing the Buffalo Bills on Thursday night, 7 p.m. at NRG Stadium. Go Texans. Hope everybody is having a wonderful Friday and have a wonderful weekend. You can continue to write to Mysterious Mike in care of David Collingsworth. And keep remembering to donate to the Prison Show and the Mighty 90 KPFT. Adios.
Adios. All right.
Hasta la vista, baby.
So we are, I know Linda and I have been getting questions about the grievances in the I-60s on the tablets. Yes, we get them quite often. So what they're saying is currently the Information Technology Division and Administrative Review and Risk Management Division are working with Securus on the implementation of the grievance and I-60 form placement on the tablets. An estimated time of completion, guess what that is? Guess. Come on, guess. Well, it's not available at this time. I get that from Securus all the time. We do not have that available at this time. Or we do not have any information about that at this time. We do also well, I'm getting this directly from the phone call that a bunch of the advocates had with the new CFO or COO?
Yeah.
COO. Ron Hudson. So during that phone call, or they actually transcribed it and sent us all the information. And I know last week you had mentioned about the grad program. David.
Being put on hold?
Being put, yeah. It says, so I guess someone had asked an update on the status of the GRAB program. And they said the GRAB program has not stopped. A temporary hold was placed on programs releasing inmates from restrictive housing as a proactive safety measure. This pause provided the agency with critical time to assess and enhance unit operations to ensure the highest standards of security and care. So each unit is responsible for defining its protocol regarding the distribution of... What? That went from one to another. Maybe I didn't staple it right.
Not Diane.
That was Diane. It was not Danny. Yeah, no, I didn't. I guess it just went from talking about the heat restrictions to, yeah, no. And talking about the keeping everyone hydrated. So, but there was a lot of good information on this. And you know what?
So did they answer the I-60 thing?
When it would come?
Yeah.
No. There's not an update available, but they are working very closely with Securus, just like I was for months on my issue. I was working very...
Maybe we'll get it next year.
Yeah, maybe. Or, they've had Securus for years now. They've had the tablets, and they were saying that was one of the perks of having the I-60 and the grievances, because then, like in step 2 grievances, as we spoke about at the last board meeting, they come up missing. And if you give them your step 1 with the step 2, you cannot get your step 1 back. You have to put it with the step 2. So, yeah, and we know that they come up missing. So hopefully they'll, yeah, what happened? So hopefully
they didn't get stapled right.
That's it. That's it. So hopefully they will get that taken care of, so you can file your grievances, the I-60s, and from what I've been told, the I-60s come up missing just as often, especially when someone wants something.
They get lost in the mailbox.
Yeah, that one, that one mailbox.
That's why they don't have a time to complete it on electronically.
I know.
Because then they can't blame it on the mailbox.
Yeah, no. Yeah. That's freaking awesome. All right.
Chipmunk.
Chick. We got a letter, and it was mailed to Chipmunk. Okay, so it's...
M-O-N-K.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
M-O-N-K.
It's like the critter, Chipmunk.
Yeah, it is like the little critter, Chipmunk. And if you think I'm saying Chipmunk, it's probably...
It's like Alvin.
Yeah. All right.
What did you say, Linda? Chippendales?
Chippendale?
Yeah, I think that's a whole different...
Linda.
She went left.
Damn, Linda. She's in there talking about Chippendale. Hey. Hey.
See there? She did it again.
She did it again. She's got Chippendales on the brain. What y'all doing in there? I can't see y'all.
Now she says she's thinking about me being a Chippendale dancer. I don't think so.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Danny's the pole dancer.
I am.
Y'all make a good team.
Well, so David's the Chippendale, and I'm the pole dancer. Neither one of us are made for these positions.
So if you want to write Mike Lewis, you got to go to 226 Chipmunk Trail.
Like the critter.
Like the critter. Shepherd, Texas. S-H-E-P-H-E-R-D. 77371. Well, I got one over here. It's SHEPARD. Shepard.
Shepard.
And you got a what?
SHEPERD.
Yeah, well, they just missed the H on that one.
Yeah.
This one's Shepard.
A Shepard.
We got a letter from Sing Sing.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? Marlo and I were talking the other day about doing a KPFT promo, and where, like, somebody will say, this is California, we hear you loud and clear, and somebody else say, this is Sing Sing, we hear you loud and clear, or whatever, do 3 or 4 of those, and then go in and do a promo for the prison show.
I think that's fabulous.
That'd be pretty cool, right?
I think it's a great idea.
So we need to get 4, 5, 6 of us together and do that.
Okay.
Jeremy said we're so naughty, all of us are.
We're all naughty.
I am not naughty.
You're not on the pole right now either.
I'm not on the pole. No. You know what? Linda, why don't you do some shout-outs?
She's not even on a microphone. She's talking like Gloria.
I know, all the way
across the room. And just laughing. Boy, she's having a ball.
I'm in a good mood tonight.
You got to turn your mic on.
My mic?
Yep.
Okay.
How about that? Can you hear me now?
Yep, I can hear you.
Woo. You ain't got no headphones on.
Do I need those on?
I don't know. Can you hear you?
Do I need those?
Okay. I want to say some shout-outs. Cody Lloyd, Terrell Rogers, Jimmy Harris, Juan Segura, David Duran, Perry Meyer, Gerald Moody, Felix Lopez, Maurice Willis, Brandon Savali, Serafin Flores, Francisco Gonzalez, Antonio Gilbreth, Antonio Angrino, Lucky Ward, Paul DeVoe, Franklin Davis, Robert Robertson, Samuel Salinas, Charles Morris, Trinity Morton, Margus Robinson, Brian Paul Cox. And it took a month for your letter to get here. You asked us to let you know. Took 1 month. Jaime Cole, Will Spear, Robert Robertson, Iron Thunderhorse, Bill Sims, Charles Thompson, Curtis Robertson, William Owen Sr., and Gregory Allen. Guys, have a great week.
All right.
One of the letters we got tonight, the guy's already out.
Yeah, I know. It was.
Damn. All
Yeah.
right.
And they
He
gave
sent
his
it-
number to a girl.
He sent it like Halloween. And now, yeah, somebody else already got his number.
Yeah.
That's quick.
Damn, they didn't waste time. So what I find, and I wasn't able to be on that phone call, David, but you were on there. What I find funny is one of the questions: many family members receive conflicting information depending on who they speak with at the unit level. What is your office doing to ensure consistent communication practices and clear guidance across all facilities so that families can rely on accurate, uniform information? Do you remember what their answer was?
Well, he didn't answer all of them. That's why they sent him out in that way, because he didn't have time to answer all of them.
Well,
he only had like 30 minutes for the call.
Yeah.
And then he wasn't going on the script. So you got the script.
I got the script.
You got the official answers, but he wasn't going to give that.
Well, they said leadership actively shares information across the agency via social media and departmental pages. So, and they do share information, but most family and friends are not calling about stuff that they see on the TDC pages.
Social media.
And they're not calling about what they see on, and I will give it to the Polunsky unit. They have a good Facebook page, so kudos to y'all for that. But that's not
Ellis unit's got a pretty good one too.
Which one?
Ellis unit, OB Ellis.
Yeah, there are a few Facebook pages that are regularly updated, and those are a few. But TDC updates the main one. But we ain't calling about what y'all updating.
No, they're talking about they call, and whoever answers the phone in the front picket
Mm-hmm.
don't know whatever they're talking about.
Yeah.
And then they call the warden's secretary, and she says something different. And then they finally get a hold of the warden, and he says something different. Way different.
And we ain't looking on Facebook
Yeah.
for these answers. We're not.
And they don't have the script that they sent you.
Yeah, they don't have this.
And that's why the call didn't go like that. And he told us straight up. He says, well, I've got these written answers that they gave me, but I'm not going to go by that. And so that's how you get conflicting answers, though.
That's exactly how, because I can tell you, me and Linda, you know, we call a lot of units, and we can, from one unit to the next is something different. I can assure you, and it's not anything that's being advertised on the Facebook page of TDCJ. I can assure you of that. So, David, do you want to do your shout-outs, or can I do mine?
Go ahead.
Okay. So, another great big shout-out, Bo, at the Styles Unit. I heard you, gave some excellent information to our mutual friend. So, thank you. Farron, over at Polonsky, hey, I tried to get information on you all day today because of the visitation issue, that it was canceled for you and your friend. I'm trying, okay? Heads up, I'm trying. T, hey T, Big Head, hey Big Head, hey, Jason Thornburg, Kelsey Young. I hope you're doing okay over up at the Bill Clemens unit. Randy over at Dallas. How are you doing? Larry at the Walls unit. Britt Rapowski. How are you doing? Troy Glover. Hey. Greg Bryant. Travis Fletcher. Eddie at the Wainwright unit. Joel at the Hughes unit. Jay. Hey, Jay at the Wynn unit. Hey. Chucky at the Wynn unit. Yeah, I'm saying it again. Hey, Chucky. Leroy at the PACT unit. Brian Rogers. Jeff Pribble. Will Spear. And last but certainly not least, CJ. Hey. All right.
Locked yourself outside.
I was like, what is she coming up behind me for?
Because she wants to talk in your microphone.
Well, you can definitely talk in my mic.
She's doing that talking across the room stuff. No, what's her name got locked out? I thought she locked in the bathroom. And so,
she was
because the door shut to the bathroom with the light on. I'm like, maybe she, so they.
No, she went in there and she flushed the toilet, and I looked at her like.
Oh, so she shut the door?
So she shut the door, but
then she went outside and didn't put the brick in the door.
No, she didn't.
She's got to have the magic.
Yeah, she's got to have
or whatever you call that thing.
All right, go ahead, David.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was going to say something, now I forgot what it was.
Not important then.
It must not have been.
No.
I'm going to start off with my letters tonight because I got a big old stack of letters, and
Okay.
I just think it's pretty cool. We get letters from Maryland and New York and Tennessee, Indiana, Amarillo by morning.
She scared the hell out of me. She's like up on the side of me, and this is the lady that flushed the toilet.
Okay, so I flushed the toilet not thinking y'all could hear it. So I'm sorry about flushing the toilet without thinking about y'all could hear it. Hi, everyone. I've tried to be quiet.
Well, you were quiet. You locked yourself out.
I did lock myself out.
I turned her mic on. She don't have to use yours.
No, go ahead, David. Sorry.
Well, I thought she was going to go ahead and make hers. I mean, she got shout-outs?
Do you have shout-outs?
Yes. I have shout-out to Amanda, who sent me to the best place ever. This new life is wonderful, and I love you, and you should call me more. And to Anita, I love you so very much, little one. And I'm getting the phone set up as soon as I get my hard copy ID I messaged earlier. And to all my other friends that are looking for messages, I don't have stamps. So y'all are on my messenger, just message me. And I will get stamps tomorrow. I love y'all.
All right.
Cool beans. let's start off with so what I missed that part. Shout out to Slade Hicks, Robert Van Ness, Herbert Williams, Stephen Drayton, Bradford Ashley, Charles Morris, and Jeremy Pleasant. That's a good start. James McElrath, James Shorts, Jaron Reasonover, Jermaine Davis, John Graves, John Thomas, Jordan Seal, Joseph Trout, Joshua McClellan, Justin Stotts, Katia Myers, Kerry Sellers, Kevin Jackson, Colton Caruso, Kyle Triplett, Larry Johnson, Latwang Reed, Lawrence Taylor, Lionel Rogers, Marcus Brown, Maria Pena, Mark Steele, Mark Sykes, Marvin Covington, Matthew Long, Michael Morgan, Maury Holloway, Nicholas Smith, Rashad Eady, Rashad Watson, Richard Nider, Ronald Allman, Ronald Poole, Ronnie Osirio, Roy Forbes. That's kind of weird to say. It didn't quite flow right. Osirio. I'll get it better next week, Ronnie. Samuel Ashley, Stanley Corbett, Sterling Evans, Stephen Bartley, Stephen Drayton, Taylor Wasson, Terry Taylor, Tiffany Cheeks, Travis Walters, Tyler Bowman, Tyler Ship, Tyrell Dubois, Victor Gamble, Victor Loya, Walter Woodard, Warnell Thomas, William Cable, Zachariah Areola. You know, I keep getting messages from Victor Loya on a different app, but yet he's here on my Getting Out app. Isn't that kind of weird?
That is, maybe it's
Remember
the
I
same.
forwarded you one of them?
Yeah, maybe it's the same person.
But
I mean,
you
the
think
same name. Sorry.
Just the same name?
Maybe.
Maybe. I thought maybe you went to county or something. But anyway, let's do Securus. We have Arian Medina. We'll go ahead and do Bill Ross Sims, Charles Flores, Corey Stringer, Cornelius Robinson, Big Rob, 3RD, Dennis Lee Richardson, Dennis Price. Your mom was messaging me the other day, man. She's pretty cool. Anyway, Douglas Rivera, Jeremy Adler, Joe Ramirez. Didn't she come to one of our things one time, Linda? Yes. Yeah. Kenny Morissette, Kenny Travis, Perry Williams, Pete Sines, Roderick Johnson, Rodney Reed, Roy Kaiser, Will Spear, Clinton Young, and Sonny Wade Wilson. Can't forget you guys. Man, I hope you guys keep your heads up.
I miss Dennis Price.
Yeah, we miss Dennis. We can play one of his songs if we want to. I got a few of them over here.
And I miss Clinton Young.
Clinton. Yeah. And I think Diamond misses Clinton too.
Yeah.
She crawled up on my belly last night and started snoring right in my face. She's something else. She don't realize how big she is, though. She thinks she's a little bitty puppy. She weighs, whenever we got her, she was 67 pounds. So I imagine now she's probably got to be 70, 73 pounds and can snore. I want to take my CPAP off and put it on her.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then Dee Dee discovered the other day she don't have any bottom teeth in the front.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why she don't have any teeth. I don't know. Dee Dee's asking me, what happened to your teeth? I don't know. I don't know. I never dug in her mouth to look.
You haven't?
I mean, Dee Dee was doing it. I was looking, but I mean, I didn't go digging in her mouth and like, hey, you don't have any teeth.
Yeah, you've had her how long now?
Is that a sin? I should have looked in her mouth
No,
to see how many teeth she had?
Yeah, because I often look in my cat's mouth to see. No, I was wondering how long you've had her.
Since Clinton went back. How long ago has that been? Not quite a year, right?
Yeah, I don't think it's been a year.
Yeah.
Or maybe it has. I don't.
I'd have to look it up, I guess. She's part of the family now, but we do miss Clinton. And Clinton, if you're listening to us, man, you don't write us or nothing, man. Once in a blue moon. I think you wrote me once since you've been in there. So, hint, hint.
I know. Check on your girl, Diamond.
Yeah. You can probably leave a shout out somehow or another. I'm not
Yeah, what
telling you to
happened-
use three-way or nothing, but you know.
What happened to Travis Fletcher?
You know, the last thing I heard from Travis is they still keep putting his court date off, but he's got some advocates. I sent out some letters to 2 or 3 different advocates whenever I did that petition, and the governor, DeSantis never would answer us, but I think he got some advocates now that are on his side. So.
Oh, good. That's good. And I'm shocked that DeSantis never answered.
Oh, my.
I am completely shocked.
I was shocked that I got like a friend request from somebody named DeSantis the other day.
I did too.
Yeah.
And I had to do a double take because I was like, wait a minute, hold on.
Yeah. It was a female, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so was that like, you think it's somebody trying to be his wife or something?
I don't know. Who would want to be his wife?
And why would she want to be our friend?
Because we're cool.
Yeah. No, you know, whenever I get online, if you right click and you do the Google Lens thing, if you on their picture, you can see who, if they're using somebody else's, you know, profile picture. Mm-hmm. And they do that a lot.
Yes, they do. They have never used mine though.
No, but they use porn stars and everybody else's.
Yes, they do. They even pretend to be someone.
No.
Yes. They will pretend to be a movie star and
fall in love with you and want you to send them money?
Yes. Rayla's a movie star.
Yeah. Yeah, they say all my money's tied up in movie stock right now, and I'll come see you if you send me money.
That's right. I will come see. Yes, and they're engaged to you the whole bit.
Oh yeah.
And then you put it all over that you're engaged to someone, a movie star. And honey, you are not.
You know, I had a buddy of mine that we were at Spirit Key together, and he was convinced that this woman loved him, and she wanted to come stay with him, and she had to get a passport, and he had to send her the money to do all that stuff. But it sure was funny that every time he sent her money, she always asked for more.
Yeah.
So he got mad at me because I told him it probably wasn't even a female. It was some dude sitting in a tent somewhere.
And it probably was, and it
probably
probably
that's a big
is
scam.
now.
That's what they do.
Yes.
They're in a tent, and they got a whole bunch of computers and a whole bunch of cell phones, and they just sit there and chat with people, try and make them believe anything so that they'll send them money.
And a lot of people do.
Yeah, and it's kind of sad, and it's the same thing with the, I don't know, my baby mama years ago told me that her computer had a virus, and that if she didn't send these people so much money that they couldn't get the virus off. But they were the only people that could get the virus off. Nobody else could get the virus off.
They were the only people.
Yeah.
For a nominal fee of...
People just have all kinds of things.
And unfortunately, a lot of people fall for it. And
Remember the commercials where they were stealing their identities, and it was like a big burly black guy, and he was talking like the little white old lady?
Yes.
I mean, that's what their goal is. They want to steal everything you got.
Yeah, and they're doing it too. They're making a lot of money doing it.
Maybe that's who's writing us. We're getting all these letters from Sing to Sing.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe it is. Yeah. Maybe the person who wrote me that was so rude, maybe that's them.
No, we appreciate getting all your letters, guys.
I didn't appreciate that one.
Well, I told you what to tell him, and you didn't, so...
Well, no, I kind of mentioned it. The person who wrote me this rude-ass letter.
I got a letter from a guy one day, and I told him I was going to strap up. I was ready. I mean, I'm a dude. I mean, I'm not going to sit and take it. You're not going to talk to me any old way. You're not going to make me do anything.
Yeah.
Somebody's calling. We got... Only got about a minute or two left, and it's time to get out of here.
Yeah.
It's 10:55 already, Linda. Who is it?
Look.
We got dead air. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, dead air.
Any other time she's talking in the background.
I know.
Yep, she's going to take the call, and we don't have time. That's the sad thing.
Yeah, we don't.
No.
Well,
I mean, I'm going to go into my closing.
okay. Go into it.
Look, man, it's been a great week. I've accomplished a lot, and I keep getting letters from you guys that are saying, you know, where I should go to work and what I should do, and it's really cool that now I've actually this week I passed. Not just did I pass the CDL, but I've got all 3 endorsements. I got the tanker endorsement, the hazmat endorsement, and the doubles and triples. So I can pretty much go to work wherever I want to go to work, but I want to try and stay close so that I can stay here at the prison show. So I'm going to look for local or regional jobs. So if you guys know any local or regional jobs where I can drive a truck, then that's where I'm going to go to work. But in the meantime, y'all stay tuned for Skyla Dawn and DJ Chill. They're going to come on with damage control, and we still got about a minute. Y'all keep your heads up. I mean, I don't really have much else to say tonight. I know Ray always had a pretty good monologue, but I mean, you guys got to do your time. Don't let your time do you. I was talking with a family member the other day, and they were really upset because they didn't have the power to do much. Look, guys, you have the power. You want your families to do everything for you, but you have the power. Do your time. Don't let your time do you. Stay out of trouble. If you're going to do something, accept responsibility for it. I mean, that's the best thing I can say. That's the true value of doing time, is if you can accept responsibility for it, then take care of your business. If not, then stay out of trouble. In the meantime, let's have DJ Chill and Skyla Dawn come on.
Have a great weekend.
Daddy, I'm coming to see you at visiting hours next week. Mama ain't been doing too well, I'll tell you more when we speak. And Billy's loving high school. He's out there blocking for JV. I'm sure he's gonna come around by the time you get released. It's Friday night, the inmates go quiet. Listen for a voice they know. It's prison radio. It's prison radio. From Paris to Polanski. Bonjour.